I'm feeling like people just want to be around you. People just want to be your friend. You may notice lately that when you're in public, you might see little kids that stare up at you with their little big eyes and they're just staring at you. And then they just start smiling and waving, right? You may notice that you're driving down your street and a cat continuously, like multiple times a week, crosses in front of your car. The neighborhood cats, they come walk up next to you when you're leaving your house to get their daily pss, pss. you know, when you're going for your daily walks, people's dogs might just try and jump on you. Their owner is like, no, I'm so sorry. And you're like, no, the pleasure is mine. I love this little dog. Um, you may just have little magical moments like that happen just when you're living your daily life. Like, you know, just you might walk into a store and the owner, you know, they see you and they light up and they smile and they welcome you in. You might go to a boxing class and the business owner of the boxing club might come up to you and just say, wow, I really love your energy. I really want you here. Like, you just really have just such a lovely energy. We would love to have somebody like you around, you know? You might notice people from your past following you, reaching back out to you, you know? Not in any negative way, but just in a way that shows, oh, they valued my energy. And they can recognize that, my energy is changing, you know? And I think sometimes for you, maybe it can be hard to believe. Like, people like me, people want me around. You might go to a dance class and you might just walk out with 2, 3 new friends who want to hug you and just give you love when they see you just because they enjoyed your energy. You know? I feel like this might be hard for you to believe sometimes because you did struggle growing up so much with belonging, with fitting in, with knowing the social scripts, with feeling out of place, with maybe being bullied, you know. I I really feel like there was some bullying that happened and it really changed your personality. Maybe your parents weren't able to guide you socially because they didn't even understand themselves socially, and maybe you had to teach yourself that, and you had to find out for yourself, you know? Maybe you felt lost a lot of the time, and maybe you settled for friends that couldn't meet you, because the friends that could meet you, they were intimidating to you and you were afraid to approach them because maybe you wanted to be perfect. Maybe you had some perfectionism, you know? Maybe you settled for the easy friends that, just as easy as you got them, it was as easy as they left, you know? Maybe it took a lot of trial and error, but I feel like you've been putting in the work. I don't think this just happened. I feel like there is a reason that you are now stepping into the energy that you operated from when you were a kid, before the social scripts got to you, before the bullying got to you, before people made you feel uncomfortable for just existing and being your full self. You know? Maybe you have curly hair. Maybe you used to straighten it pin straight to try and fit in. You know what? Maybe now you wear it out. And that's the thing that people see and they're like, oh, I know she has good energy. Oh, I feel safe with her. I recognize that frequency. you know? Maybe you used to be afraid to dance in public. Maybe you used to be afraid to show any expression, show any joy, any genuine laughter, you know? Maybe now you do, and people see that, and they're drawn to it. They're like, what? She's being herself? Yo, that's cool. That's what's up. Hell yeah, I like that. You're weird. I like that. Wow. You're cool. I like that. Okay? That's sexy. You're confident. Okay, girl, this is your body, huh? I know that's right. You know? That's the energy that you're being met with. Just, wow, this is you. I know that's right. I love that. You know, maybe there was a time when you thought your physical body had to be the way that you got friends. You had to look a certain way. You had to dress a certain way. Maybe you needed a bigger butt. Maybe you needed a smaller gut. Maybe you needed to count the calories. Maybe you needed to run every day and not eat. Maybe you overate. You know what I'm saying? You just try to change something physically just so people, you're like, what is it? They don't like me. I don't like me. I'm scared. They're bullying me. They're mean. I don't feel good. What can I change? What can I do? I feel out of control. It must be my body. I must be ugly. There must be something wrong with me. You know? It must be a problem. Maybe I'm the problem. Is my brain working properly? Well, you know, maybe you hyperfixated on the physical for a while. Maybe you grew out of that. Maybe you started to love your body over these past few years. I feel like it's been a journey that's been going on for years, maybe 5 years, maybe 3 years. A serious journey that you have decided to partake in, where you accepted yourself, and it took you going through trials. It took you going through a lot to get to that point. It took you breaking to get to that point. But we know when we reach a breaking point, there is literally only one way we can go. But maybe you tried to go the other way as well. Maybe you didn't want to try anymore. And I see that too. And I see that you're still here. And other people see that too when you walk in the room. They can just feel it. They know, wow, her energy is good. And I don't think it's just good just because she was born that way. I think she practiced that. I think she worked for that. That just makes it all the better. You know? Maybe there was a time you're like, oh, it's my personality. Fuck. What can I do? Let me make jokes everywhere I go. Let me be the loudest person in the room. Let me do something outrageous. Let me be the class clown. Let me be the token friend. Oof. Damn. Damn. Let me be the blackest person in the circle. Right? Oof. Let me hide certain aspects of myself. Maybe I shouldn't have been honest about the fact that I don't identify as honest about my truths. Maybe I should have hid that. Maybe I shouldn't have been honest about the ways I'm feeling. Maybe I shouldn't have been honest about, suffering from mental health, suffering from poverty. Maybe I shouldn't have been so honest and upfront. Maybe I should have hid those things about myself. Shit. Let me make a joke instead. Let me be less honest about where I came from, and let me hide that. Fuck that. Let me just try and see what the rich people act like. Let me study it. Let me read the self-help books, okay? Let me read the financial literacy books. I want to see what they're doing. Well, fuck, they're cool. They just got it. It must be the money. It must be the way they grew up in their home. It must be something deeper than this. Their brain must work properly, and mine doesn't. Maybe they're just smarter. How do I get smarter? What do I do? Maybe I make a joke. Maybe I be smart. Maybe, what do I do? Because it's not about my body anymore. I have a perfect body. I have a perfect body. People tell me I have a perfect body, so now what is it? It must be my personality. It must be the fact that I didn't come from money. It must be something. What is it? Because I don't like me. I don't know what it is. They're bullying me. They don't want to be around me. They don't want to be my friend. What is it? Right? Maybe we went through that. Maybe we reached a breaking point. Maybe there was only one way to go from there. Maybe we tried to go the other way. Maybe we were done trying. We didn't want to try anymore. We wanted to give up. There was darkness. We were in it. We were vulnerable. We were at our lowest point. But I see that you still tried. You rose from that. You said, okay, if they don't like me and I'm not liking what I'm performing right now, I have to get to know myself. And maybe you did. Maybe you went on a years-long journey of getting to know yourself. Maybe you tried every hobby. Maybe you tried everything. You read every book that you were actually curious about. You tried, and you went to some weird social gatherings that you never would have went to, that you were scared to go to before. Maybe you stopped following the trends of what humor was supposed to look like, and what music was supposed to sound like, and what hobbies were trending. Maybe you went down that path, and you said, okay, who the fuck am I then? Who am I? Let's go find out. And maybe you walked even when the circle around you was like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not following the script. Who do you think you are? People who don't follow the script get bullied. We don't want to be around somebody who's getting bullied, so we're going to leave and go follow the script on our own. And maybe you took that L, or you thought that was an L. But baby, when you got to the other side and you knew yourself, you could see clear as day. That was the best thing I could have ever done in my entire life. That was the best thing I could have ever done. And now, trust me, that work, there might have been a second where you thought, damn, I'm just doing this work for nothing. I've been on this journey. I'm going to therapy. I'm fucking taking care of myself. I know myself. I done fucking moved across the country. I'm by myself. I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? And this shit didn't come easy. And this shit didn't happen by luck. But now, when you look up, you see the babies waving at you. Hello. Right? The animals, the dogs, the cats, they want to come by you. They want to be by you. The people light up when you walk in the room. They say, hey. They hug you. People who knew you before, they run up to you. They hug you. They welcome you. They embrace you. They want you here. They see your light. They see you. They want you around. People want to be your friend. People want to be your friend. They want to keep up with you. Not to compare, not to laugh, but they genuinely want to know, whoa, what's she doing? She's so cool. She's so cool. I know she's doing something cool because she's just cool. She's so creative. What? She's funny and she's not even trying. Look at that. Wow, she is really shining. You are really shining. And people see your light. And they like that light. They don't want to take it. They just want to be around you, man. And you're getting very good. I'm just seeing that you're getting very, very, very good at discerning too who is deserving to be around the light, because you know This light didn't happen overnight. Okay? You know that you had to pour into your cup. You had to fill up your cup. Okay? You were waking up. You were journaling. You were going for the walks. You were going in nature. You were planning the trips. You know what I'm saying? You were planning to go to the social environments that gave back to you. You know what I'm saying? You were working on your money. You were building up your skills that you actually wanted. You were reaching out for help. You did the therapy. You did the shadow work. You know what you put in to get here. You know what you let go to get here. And on that journey, you've become excellent. Like, you are a freaking like, you have a freaking magnifying glass. I don't even think that's the right word. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you're seeing crystal clear. It's almost like you can feel and you can just sense, and you can almost see the energies around you and see, nope, they didn't do the work. No. They're talking like they did the work, but they didn't really do the work. Okay, I see that, right? And you're able to meet that with grace and say, hey, I was there once too. I don't blame you. But you don't stay there anymore because you know that you did the work. And you know you deserve to be around other people who are doing the work. You know what I'm saying? You've become such a discerning, deciphering person. And this is new for you, because before you couldn't really see. Maybe you couldn't see who was fake, who was real, who was not. You just kind of went anywhere with anybody, doing anything. I saw this meme the other day, and it's like, this is what rap sounds like. This is what some of these popular rap songs sound like when you're 40 years old. And the lyrics are like, yeah, I do this and that, and that's all right. Like, the lyrics are just so, like, stupid. Like, I'm out here chilling with the gangsters, doing goofy shit. And it makes me laugh because it's like, yeah, maybe you used to listen to all that music, and maybe you were like, yeah, this is gonna make that man like me. Ooh, damn. This is gonna make that friend group like me. I'm cool. You know, you used to try and be something you're not, you know, to be cool. And now you're like, nah, I'd rather listen to some rap with some meaning behind it, okay? Play me Kanye Graduation, okay? Let's turn on that new Tyler, okay? What Doechii talking about? Okay, what who, okay, you know what? Like, right? We're changing maybe how we think, what we're looking at, what we're listening to. You know, I want something with some substance. And I just want to say I'm so proud of you. Not because people like you now. That's just a byproduct, and you know that because you were there with yourself, right? You've been there the whole time. Everybody done fell away, came back, fell away again. You stayed. You stayed on the path, even though you didn't know where it was leading you to. And that's why you're reaping the benefits. And I think this is just another testament to your strength, your resilience, and your ability to be different. Your ability to stand out, your ability to not go with the crowd, your ability to think independently, to stand and say, nah, this is myself. You could like it or you could leave it. Okay, but I'm gonna be here being myself. And that's it. Maybe you can't go into workplaces where you have to shrink anymore. Maybe you can't be around certain energies anymore. It physically causes you discomfort. It physically causes you pain to go and try to shrink. And maybe that's the point. Maybe those places could never hold you. maybe you had to move, right? Maybe you had to leave that friend group. Maybe you had to leave that school. Maybe you had to, right? You start to look at everything and you're like, shit, I had to do that. That was the path. It didn't make sense then, but it damn sure makes sense now, you know? I just want you to know that I see you and I'm proud of you, and keep on the path, you know? There's going to be days when you're tempted to go back and they're going to be like, "Ah, remember this? Remember this?" You know, you might let somebody in, they might be like, "Oh, remember this?" And they're bringing up your worst, they're bringing up the past, they're bringing up all this stuff that it don't even resonate. You have to laugh it off. Go on ahead and leave those people. Go on ahead and leave those people where they at. They don't want to come. They're not able to. They haven't done the work. Don't even waste no time on that. Nope. Okay. All right. I'm gonna see you later. Right? Knowing damn well, no, you ain't. You will not be seeing me later. But that's okay, because I don't even got no extra energy to spare right now. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go find my people. And the thing is, you have found your people. Your people are coming in. Your people are recognizing the vibes that you are putting out. And they are coming to you. They are coming to walk this path with you. You are not going to be doing this shit alone for much longer. And that's a beautiful thing. All right, y'all. You know what I always say? You don't have to take my word for none of this. Just ask your ancestors, okay? They know. All right, y'all. This is Soul signing off. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.